One, we are live. Hello and welcome to PropTechBuzz, a business podcast on global PropTech, where we talk to PropTech founders and CEOs from all over the world and learn from them how they build and manage successful PropTech companies. Before I introduce my guest today, I just want to remind you all, announce actually, that we have hit that 1300 subscribers on YouTube, which might not look as a big number, but PropTech is still a niche space, and as a result, achieving 1300 subscribers, I would I would feel happy about it. Also, we are on Spotify now. We just launched Spotify a week ago. So if you are interested to watch these episodes just on YouTube on audio format, you can go to Spotify as well. Just go to Spotify, search for PropTechBuzz, and you will get our channel and hit that follow button there. With that, let's welcome our guest today. Our guest is Ashish Narain Agarwal. He is the founder and CEO of PropertyPistol. It's India's leading full stack real estate service company, spearheading the transformation of the Indian real estate industry. Property Pistol has been instrumental in fortifying India's dominance presence in the real estate world with cutting edge prop tech solutions. So we will. So this is just the template definition that I picked from the website. However, we are gonna drill down on the details of what Property Pistol is all about. So with that, let's welcome Ashish. Ashish, welcome to PropTech Buzz. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Ravi. I'm very good. Thanks for having me here.
The pleasure is mine as well, Ashish. So, Ashish, before we begin drill down, why don't you talk about your founding story of Property Pistol? What led you to start Property Pistol at the outset?
So, Property Pistol is my third venture. Prior to that, I was associated with two other startups which happened to be in the same space. With one was funded by Naukri.com. It was called All Check Deals. And then I was founding team member of PropTiger. So one of the initial guys who set up PropTiger West and South India operations. So 2008 March onwards, my real estate journey started. Prior to that, I was with IBM. So, in my initial 3 4 years of this journey, I realized that this industry needs a lot of professionalism, a lot of, there was a lack of trust, transparency in the way transaction happens. And there was a lot of inefficiency in the ways the transactions happen in our country. Okay. So, the major issue which I realized was the information was not available at a single place. So we have information portals like 99 acres, Magic Bricks, all the listing platforms. We have information available with the brokers. There are individual developers who are selling inventories, but there is no single consolidated marketplace where the real estate's entire comprehensive market information is available to a buyer. So that's the first problem I felt. Second problem I felt was the transaction and the ease of closing a sale. So there, the trust, the documentation part, the price, discovery. So a buyer does not know what is the real price of a asset. So whatever a developer is quoting, whatever a broker is quoting, or the seller is quoting, so there is no objective way to arrive at a price. So first part is search, second part is price, and third part is transaction experience overall, including the registration, home loans, and the closing experience. So Ravi, if you go and buy a car today in India, if you go and buy a jewelry today even of 10,000 rupees from a Tanishq showroom or from any other showrooms, so the type of experience you get, and you compare that experience with the experience you get in real estate.
Hmm.
So real estate is a big transaction, one of the biggest transaction a person do probably in his or her lifetime, and the type of experience a person gets in India. So definitely there is lot desired, there is lot to be done, and that's where I felt the need that people who have as far as I am concerned, I am from IIT, I understand technology, though I don't do coding, but I can really understand what technology can do to this space. So that's the background, and that's the reason why Property Pistol started. We started Property Pistol, and I hope I've answered your query.
Yes, let's dig deeper, right? So you mentioned that some of the other portals like 99 acres missed having comprehensive information about the buyer. What kind of information would a buyer need, which otherwise the other portals do not have?
Right. So Ravi, let's say you are based out of Bandra in Mumbai. A
Right.
buyer, a general
Mm-hmm.
buyer is based out of Bandra in Mumbai. Okay. Now let's say that buyer is looking for a 3 BHK apartment in Bandra region.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a hypothetical universe of options at any given point in time which are available in Bandra region. 3 BHK, let's say my budget is 5 crore rupees.
Right.
Right. So there is a hypothetical universal options which are available, a hypothetical set of properties which are available on sale. Now, this comprehensive hypothetical set of options are not available at a single place.
Mm.
You will find some of them on 99 acres. Why 99 acres Magic Bricks will not have all of them is simply because people who pay get to advertise on their portals,
I see.
right? People who do not pay, they will not get a space on those portals. So 99 and Magic Bricks are actually serving the interest of advertisers.
I see.
They are not serving the interests of the buyers, but because we have those portals, it's easy to access. So they have become the first port of call for a search on the internet. But
Mm.
they are not comprehensive, right? Because people, they pay, you pay 99 acres and Magic Bricks and you get your property listed.
Got it. So it's a
Right?
listing platform for the developers, for the advertisers, not for the buyers.
Developers and brokers, so they both pay, and then they can advertise. But from the buyer's point of view, there will be many options which are not there on 99 acres of Magic Bricks, but they will be there in that hypothetical universe, right?
Mm.
Those options will be there with other developers, those options in the primary where the developer is the seller, fresh properties, and secondary market, majority of the brokers control that secondary market. So that information may not be on 99 acres, but there will be more property options when you go down and dig deeper into the market. So that's the reason why a transaction in India takes so long.
Mm. Okay. So let's understand. So why don't you define what Property Pistol is today? I'm sure Property Pistol had its own evolution from the day it was conceptualized till today. So how do you define Property Pistol today?
So property pistol in terms of a future roadmap, in terms of what we have done so far. Okay. So I will first give you a brief of what is our future roadmap. What is it that a vision of the company is?
Sure.
As I said, the biggest problem in real estate is consolidated market information, real time updated on a single place.
True.
That's the biggest problem to solve in real estate industry, what I feel, and that is what Property Pistol is trying to do. Okay.
Okay.
Now, why? How do we do that? Is we consolidate the developers, we consolidate the brokers, and we ensure that all developers are there on the platform and all brokers are there on the platform, and they share their inventory with us, and we create a platform which is having a comprehensive market information on the platform. So that's the objective of the company. Now, as far as current status of Property Whistle is concerned, we are there out on that journey. So what we have done so far is we have become the top selling partners with almost all the top developers in the country.
Mm.
So we sell close to 5,500 crores worth of property. Last year we sold this much, and we are top sellers with almost all the top developers in the country. From if you talk from south to north, and we have offices across 14 cities in the country. Then internationally, we have three locations, so almost 1,300 odd employees work in the company. So that has been the evolution, and that has been what is the next, the vision for the company.
Got it. You mentioned the vision has to be with real time information between developers, brokers, and the customers. Could you tell us what is the status quo in the market today? Where are the challenges? Is the information asymmetry still there, or is there lack of real time information, and what are the challenges because of that?
So one is, market is humongous, right? Every street in the country has, thousands of options available at any given point in time for resale and rent for new properties.
Right.
In the year, 3 lakh housing units get sold in the country, the fresh launches,
Right.
right? So you can imagine the landscape is humongous. It is practically impossible for one company to cover every nook and corner of the country and create a database of properties which are updated real time, right?
Right. Right.
Thousands of properties get sold in a day, thousands new properties come in a single day. Country
Right.
is so huge,
Right.
right? It's, we are not talking about a city, we are talking about a vast country.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem, right? How do even conceptualize a database which is real time updated?
Right.
Unless otherwise you integrate the developers and brokers on the platform, you cannot achieve that vision, and
Right.
that's what Property Pistol is trying to do.
Got it. And how hard is this to solve it? Like, what are the ways you would solve it? Because even for you, you would not be able to completely get all the databases into your system, right? So,
So basically, our vision is we have to align brokers with ourselves, and developers will get aligned because we are already selling their inventory. So developers are aligned. Developers are willing to share. Of course, they will not share the complete information, but then whatever is available in the market by the developer, they will share that with us, right?
got it. Yeah.
By all information, I mean the future inventory which they are going to release.
Got
But
it.
then at any given point in time, so our platform will be updated with respect to 1 bhk, 2 bhk, 3 bhk options. And if 1 bhk gets sold out or the price get updated, so real time information from the developer will flow on our platform,
Got it.
right? From the broker's point of view, our app Syndicate, Property Pistol Syndicate is an app. So we run a program called Syndicate by Property Pistol, which is
Yeah.
to aggregate the brokers. So we have a mobile app through which the brokers get seamlessly connected on our platform.
Right.
They, that's the vertical for us for integrating the brokers.
Got it.
And we have 19,000 brokers associated with us, working with us seamlessly, and we intend to aggregate. There are 10 lakh brokers in the country, 1 million real estate agents in the country. So
Right.
we intend to aggregate all of them. So the journey has started now since we have received our funding. So we are going aggressive on developer integration, sales, marketing, and also broker integration.
Got it. So today, the brokers, the status quo is, or while you are solving this, overall in the market is there could be brokers who do not have right relevant information in hand. Am I right? So they are struggling because they are not able to pass accurate information to the customers. Am I right to say?
Yeah. So I would say there are, out of 100 brokers, 10 brokers would be very good brokers, right? Who are
Very good in
updating.
what sense? In having information
So
in their hand.
value aligned from the buyer's interest point of view. They will not cheat. They will not, do anything which is unprofessional, or they will not, trust issues will not be there.
Right.
Trustworthy professional brokers. Okay. So we are out for these guys. We are out for these good brokers who are value aligned with us in terms of our core values are trust, professionalism, right?
Right.
So trust, professionalism. So we are looking for good broker partners who are value aligned with us and committed to solve the buyer's problem of buying real estate.
Right.
They align their interest with the buyer's interest, and their interests do not come in the way of buyer's interest. So we are talking about top good rated good quality brokers. So that's the idea. So our internal review, internal mechanisms on our platform with respect to ratings and reviews, we are confident that over a period of time we will have curated information with respect to top brokers in any micro market of the country.
Got it. Ashish,
So
abruptly stopped you, but my question was, is there nobody in the market that has solved for real-time information symmetry across all the players?
no,
Okay,
no
got it.
one.
So this is a market challenge for all the players.
This is a market challenge, and the biggest challenge is to ensure that you make profits while you do this.
I see. Got it. By the way,
You,
Ashish,
you
just a
don't want to.
feedback. I hear your WhatsApp messaging on the call. It's getting
I
recorded. So if I think it's on your WhatsApp web. If you can close that tab, then that interruption would not.
close that. Not sure if it will solve. I think
Okay, no worries. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, you said profitably to do it without losing money, right?
that's right. So, we strongly feel that, business has to make always business sense has to be there in any business.
Got it.
And unless otherwise, you have a bottom line which continues to support your vision. So, we don't want to burn investors' money to chase something which at later point in time proves to be a hole which is never getting filled. Right.
Hmm. Got it.
So we are coming ground up. We 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 make profits. Last 10 years, not even a single year we have made losses. We are cash flow positive, bootstrapped. It's just last month when we have raised funds, and those two are growth funds. We have not raised for internal operations management.
Okay.
All said and done, I think, as you rightly said, this challenge has never been solved in the country, and I think a lot of stuff is required even to start that journey. And Property Pistol has all the ingredients to be, successful on this journey, and we will reach our destination. I am 100% sure about it,
Got it.
because the approach and the the competence and the intent, so we have everything on our side. God willing, we'll reach there soon.
Nice. Thanks for clarifying it on record. I was talking to another big player, and they said that they were the only ones who are profitable in the market today. So, but thanks for clarifying that. Um, by the way, so what's the like? Could you give me? Could you break down the ecosystem today in the market with players like you? Like who are the big players in the market today? Um, and when you talk about you say that you are a full stack service provider, right? So what does full stack mean? Maybe we could answer this later. But first, could you give a sense of the ecosystem? Who are the big players, and where does Property Pistol stack in that ranking?
So you have to imagine a funnel.
Right.
Okay, though this funnel, so the top of the funnel, the entry point of the funnel is the search.
Right.
When a buyer plans to buy a property, okay,
Correct.
so that's when he or she starts the search. And today most of these searches start digitally. Okay, people will either search on mobile, or people will search on their desktops and try and locate, at least shortlist some properties of their choice. Once they have shortlisted, they start calling. They will speak to few developers, they'll speak to few brokers, and after that there is a site visit. So after, let's say, out of 100 customers who inquire, roughly 30 will do a site visit, right? And out of 30 who do site visits, almost 3% will eventually do the transaction.
Right.
And I'm talking about a time frame period. It's not like 100 people, only 3 are serious buyers. It's not like that. But in terms of a time frame, let's say we talk about a month or so, how many searches started, and out of those, how many got closed in that month, right?
Right.
So it's about a time period. So we are basically at the, so players like 99 acres, Magic Bricks, Housing, they are on the top end of the funnel,
Search.
right? They are on the top end of the funnel. And Property Pistol is at the bottom end of the funnel, right?
Okay.
So we make money not on searches,
Okay.
right? We make money on closures, on transactions,
Okay.
right? So that's the difference, and that's the ecosystem you have to talk about. That's one point. Second point, you have to look at residential, commercial in the real estate space. So Property Pistol is a completely residential real estate brokerage firm, right? Residential is almost 80-85% of the real estate market in the country is residential real estate. Now, within residential, there are two verticals. One is primary, which is where developer is the seller. These are new inventories which come into the market under construction projects which get completed over a period of time. So these are primary inventory. And then there is a secondary inventory, which includes your resales, where individual first buyers are sellers or subsequent buyers are sellers. Individuals are the sellers. So that's the secondary market. And secondary market also includes rental market. Okay.
Mm.
Now, if I talk about the size of the market, so these are all 50-50. I would say there is no official data in the country for this, but as far as I have come across, but guesstimate is these are 50-50% each, equally
Primary and
distributed. Yes.
primary and secondary. Okay.
Primary and secondary are more or less equally, almost equal market. Somewhere it is 60-40. In newer micro markets like Navi Mumbai, it might be 70-30.
Right.
In older developed micro markets, it might be the other way around. But average, at a country level, if you look at, this must be 50-50. Now, if I talk about Property Pistol, why we call ourselves a full stack real estate company is because we are into residential real estate. Okay. And we do both secondary as well as primary,
Got it.
right? Primary we do across India. Even we have covered north Mumbai, north India, Noida, Gurgaon, Delhi, Lucknow. Then east we have covered your Kolkata. West we have Mumbai, Pune, Goa. And south we have Bangalore, Kochi, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Trivandrum, Coimbatore, all these locations in south. So these all cities we have covered. So we are present across India. We do residential real estate primarily. Mostly we do primary real estate, and secondary also we are doing in Mumbai region to start with through our franchisee outlets.
Got it.
Right? Franchisee outlets are in partnership with local brokers, and we have 6 outlets operational right now in Mumbai region. We intend to take them to 40 outlets by the close of this financial year,
Got it.
and subsequently branch out to other cities. So that's the reason we call ourselves full stack real estate company in the country. And commercial, of course, we have started commercial as well, and commercial properties, we are building up our competencies in the commercial as well. So end to end solution for real estate is what we envision to give our buyers.
Got it. So what else would be in the end to end solution? So you said you're not on
Home
search,
loans, home
transaction,
loans,
home loans.
property
Okay.
management services,
Got it.
your rental solutions with regards to your e-registrations, with regards to tenant verifications, rent collections, all digitally.
Got it.
And so all of that. So search, virtual searches, site visit support, registration support, home loan. So anything and everything, reselling of the property, renting out,
Nice.
managing the rentals, NRI services. So all of that, anything and everything related to real estate. So Property Pistol is a full stack solution for that.
Got it. So I asked to talk about the ecosystem. So would you divide this into players who are into top of the funnel, like 99 acres and stuff like that, who are only doing search and their business model is to make it through advertisements and through
Correct.
developers, and you are on transactions. So yesterday I had Tanuj on the podcast, and he said that they are also offering search for free, and their main business is also the rest of the funnel, which is transactions and beyond. So what other players in the market are there today who are prominent players on the transaction space?
So transaction space, of course, as you said, Tanuj is a prominent player, and they are not just in India; they are spread across. They also have other verticals. So in terms of interiors and things, now, of course, Square Yard is a company we have in the landscape. Apart from that, we have, as you said, listing platforms, and then we have regional players, and So national players in terms of brokerage space, there are companies in mandate business. Mandate business is also residential real estate, but it is again solution for the developers. So they pick up projects and take exclusive selling rights. So so those companies are, they are a different B2B businesses, and these are the companies which are there existing in this space apart
Got it.
from us.
Got it. Nice. And how do you? So where is your? Let's talk about your revenue models. So you said that you're not on the search and discovery, the transaction mortgages. So which are on this value chain? Which where have you captured value most? Like how do you say which are your revenue drivers in that value chain?
So we, our revenue driver is simply brokerage business on primary sales right now. Secondary is a very small contributor, and home loans also is a small contributor, but our 90% plus revenues are coming from primary brokerage.
90% is primary brokerage, which is different from transactions, or how do
No,
you?
brokerage is transactions revenue. Transactions means you help a customer end to end from search to final registration and
Right.
closure,
Got
and
it.
then you get your brokerage from the seller.
Got it. And mortgages is a separate business, right? So that is with
Mortgage
the
is
bank.
property still home loans.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And usually, what is the standard practice in the market for such a business model? Like what percentage of a transaction players like you
So,
would?
it starts from 1%, it go to 2.5%, and like that. And that's the type of revenue model. And of course, there are other incentives if we do bigger sales.
Got
So
it.
generally, the market trend is around 2%.
Got it. And then, yeah, also on the website, I figured out that you have some products which are called as Syndicate Technologies and then
Correct.
Radiate. Do you want to shed some light on each of them?
So Syndicate is basically our broker aggregation platform. It's a mobile app. It's an app only platform where brokers register themselves, get empaneled with us, and then they work on our platform seamlessly, helping getting information from us on various products in the market. Okay.
So, by the way,
It's a
brokers do they?
value-adding platform for brokers. So there are brokers who have made lakhs of rupees on the platform using information which is available at services of Property Pistol. So it's a end-to-end solution for real estate brokers, and we intend to have all relevant real estate brokers on this app very soon.
And usually, what is the standard practice for incentivizing the brokers? Is it getting the leads or completing the entire value chain till the time the transaction is done?
Yeah, so it is completing the transaction, complete transaction. So
Okay,
listing revenue is not there. So it's about sales.
it's about sales. Got it. And are the brokers? What's the standard practice? Are the brokers tied to a provider like you, or they work in multiple different companies as well?
So there are companies, which take services of brokers. Like developers also take services of brokers. There are mandate companies who take services of brokers,
Right.
depending upon the broker's sale. And we offer brokers, opportunities on our platform.
Got it.
So various brokers have various competencies, various in terms of client database which they cater to. So they match their requirement, the supply and the demand, like any other business entity. So brokers also are a business entity. They will match their the supply with the demand at their end, and then depending upon where their requirements are met, so they will do business. So we do not have exclusive tie-ups with brokers, but yes, we are one of a good opportunity platform for brokers, and there are a lot of brokers who are engaged with us on a daily basis.
Got it. So a similar same property can be listed in two portals, and the
Mhm.
broker could be dealing with both of them. Is that a case? Is this common or not yet?
No, because other companies who are engaging brokers, they are into exclusive sale arrangements,
Got it. Okay.
right? So exclusive sale arrangement means there is one brokerage company who is associated with a particular project.
Mm.
So there is no overlap as such, and I think there's no overlap as such. We our space is different, clearly cut out from the other mandate players' space, and in our space, I don't see any major competition.
Got it. What about technologies and Radiate?
So technologies is basically, we have in-house tech team which is headed by my co-founder Tushar, and we create a lot of technology products. We offer them to the brokers on our syndicate app. So these products are there available to brokers, so they use our products through our app, and that's like it. So it's the technology part of the business.
Got it.
And Radiate is basically, the in the landscape there are thousands of projects, right? So our business will come from top 20 developers in the country,
Right.
majority business. But we still want to have the information available on the platform. So we other projects, we aggregate those projects under the Radiate umbrella.
Got
So
it.
where we might not be doing transactions, but we would be offering information to our platform for buyers and brokers.
Got it. Cool. So my question to you is, how much of the success of such players, real estate players, is dependent on technology, and how much is pure play on the ground sales and marketing? Like, does technology give you a massive advantage over others, or it is no, how much you can capture from with pure sales and marketing?
So I'll tell you what, like any other business, technology is I would say, a enabler. Okay, it helps you to scale. It helps you to manage your operations efficiently, and it helps you to keep tab on the entire business sitting in an office.
Right.
Okay. So I think what technology does is enable the business and help to scale,
Right.
right? If you talk about businesses which do not use technology, so there is a limit to which those businesses can grow,
Mhm.
and there's a limit to which those businesses create sustainable value generating platforms.
Right.
And we are very clear in our mind that we have to the technology is a core focus for us, and we all our stakeholders, whether it is buyers, brokers, developers, or our own employees, so we have given them beautiful interfaces and seamless connectivity and automated platforms to work on. So all the entire life cycle of a customer journey with us, entire journey of broker with us, entire journey of employee with us is automated. So we use almost 30 to 33 products which we have created in-house for our internal operations. And we I strongly feel that technology has to be there in the DNA. If technology is not there in the DNA, so I somehow feel it should not, these businesses, if they are person dependent, so that's something which we have to avoid. So in a business, it has to be your standard processes, standard operations, automated systems. So they are not person dependent, they are process and software dependent.
But primarily, it is to optimize the business. It is not giving you any advantage in terms of disrupting. Like, with your technology power, you are better than your next competitor. Is that something that can happen with technology?
We are far better globally. I don't think so any real estate company globally would have as much technology as Property Pistol has. I'm
Hmm.
100% confident about it. 100%.
No, I'm just
Nobody.
I'm just talking about the industry. I'm not talking about you in general with the real estate, because it's a physical business, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand it's a physical business, but then, we'll have to spend a lot of time to understand what technology we are using and how we are using. But in nutshell, technology will disrupt and is disrupting the way business is happening. So today, you can imagine, till the time Property Pistol launched Syndicate, We would not have imagined a Delhi retail broker working with us in Pune, right?
Mm,
A broker in India doing business with us in Dubai. And this is all happening virtually,
got it.
digitally. So disruption is happening. Disruption is, this is creating new avenues for people in real estate, and technology is an enabler, and enablement through disruption.
Mm,
It's not just it's a linear growth in the company. It's an exponential growth which is achieved by technology.
mm, got it. So is it how easy or difficult it is? First of all, you said India is a huge market. Okay, do you think at any given point of time how many prominent players can coexist in a market like India?
As I said, there are one is from the developers side. If you look at, there are 1,000 developers just in MMR market,
Got it.
right? 1,000 registered developers, maybe plus or minus 10% now. And if you look at brokers, there are 1 million real estate brokers in the country by some estimates.
And it's only set to grow because broker ecosystem is also getting better
Yeah,
with data and stuff like that.
yeah. So there are a lot of things which are happening, lot of developments. I would say with RERA, Maharera has just started taking test for real estate brokers,
Right.
and I think the broker community is going to shrink because of this.
Oh, it's going to shrink, is it? Okay.
Shrink because initially it will shrink because you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry becoming a real estate broker. All
Hmm.
it needs is a piece of information, nothing else,
Got it. Yeah.
right? Even a security guard, or someone who is XYZ in a housing society is doing brokerage business. So
Got it.
that's the fact of today in India. And this is all going to change. When I say 1 million brokers, these are brokers who are good brokers and bad brokers all put together. So people who are able to qualify the tests of Maharera, so I am sure there will be not more than 10-20% of the brokers who will be able to qualify.
Hmm. Got it.
Now
But
it
it's
all
good for the market, no? Because they will be
100%
organized.
for the market. Every developed country in the every developed country across the globe, they have RERA test. If you go to Dubai, you cannot practice real estate brokerage if you are not a qualified, registered, and licensed broker, which happens only after you undergo a rigorous training
Training.
and then pass a test with
Right.
at least 80% marks, if I remember right.
Hmm.
So, and there are renewals every year. You have to renew, you have to again undergo a small training of updates which have happened in last 1 year, and
Nice.
then take a test again for renewal.
Got it.
You are
So,
selling crores worth of property. You can't be ignorant about aspects of the dealing, right? So that's something which is going to change in India, and it is definitely, I am sure, in the first initial phase, it is going to drastically reduce the number of brokers in the real estate industry. And the professional, it's a good news for professional and serious,
broker.
players.
Yeah.
And as you rightly said, coexistence is going to be there for some time, till the time you know the aggregation takes place.
Consolidation. So yeah, you're talking about how many prominent players can be there. So you said 1,000 developers and a million brokers. So with that kind of a market, how many players like Property Pistol, Square Yards can coexist sustainably, as in making money and stuff like that?
It's tough to answer, Ravi, because there are a lot of untapped potentials. There are a lot of depths to be achieved. If I talk about Property Pistol, so we hover around 2.5% of the market. When I say 3 lakh properties sold in the country,
Hmm.
and our share out of that is, I think, roughly around 6,500 properties
Hmm.
last year. So you can imagine 3 lakh properties versus 6,500 properties. So that's maybe
So
5%.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe we can split it into organized and disorganized. So are there only organized players who are helping with transactions, are also, or are there players who are also unorganized that are also doing the transaction? Because if a player like you is only doing 2.5%,
So we are doing 2% plus of the market, right?
right,
And already we are one of the top brokerage houses in the country,
right.
right? So it's anybody's guess how many players like us can coexist, right?
Okay, got it. That was my question. So that's why, because I see a lot of, so tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing another property Soch. I think he's the founder of property Soch. So my question to you was, since I'm away from India, so when new entrants come in, there is definitely potential for them, either with a new idea, okay, or a new disruptive sales and marketing team or something of that sort, to capture this market share without fearing the big players in the market already, isn't it? So this market can accommodate any number of new players.
Of course, who is stopping people to grow? Nothing. Nobody. There's no it all needs is a passion and a persistence and a perseverance and few things. But definitely, I mean, in any industry, if you look at any industry across the spectrum, so except few technology firms like search marketplace, video marketplace, so I don't think so this is as of now a winner take all situation. But yes,
Hmm,
aspirationally we would want to create a aggregation platform where an umbrella organization where all the brokers get value out of this platform, and all the developers get value out of this platform. But not everything so there will be a lot of coexistences across.
got it. So that means the current lot of big players in the market, that does not give them any massive advantage over new players. I'm sure they have more market know-how, but the market is so big that new players can also coexist, is what you're trying to say, right? Got it. Cool. Um, yeah. So yesterday, as I said, I was talking to Tanuj, and he interestingly mentioned about building an MLS in India. So you're obviously, you must be aware of MLSs, in which is a concept of the US. So I just wanted to know your opinion about building a system like a democratic system like MLSs in India. What are your thoughts there?
So the biggest problem we have in India is we do not have unique IDs of real estate properties.
Hmm.
Across the globe, wherever MLSs are there, my understanding is there are unique IDs of properties and there is no duplication of properties. Today, in India, it is very difficult to control duplication of properties on a platform.
Hmm.
So MLS solutions, what you see in developed countries, can happen only if government gets on to a mammoth task of cataloging real estate assets in the country with unique IDs.
I see.
Right. So I think that is one big problem. And of course, second problem is there is no exclusivity of any property within developed countries like US, Dubai. So the sellers enter into exclusivity arrangement with brokers.
Right.
A broker will have exclusivity on that listing, and there will be no duplication. So India, I think we have a long way to go to create a MLS platform. Of course, we all aspire to create a single platform where entire market inventory is available. All of us are chasing that uh, vision, and I think that is what I'm sure Tanuj would have referred to you as MLS.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, let's shift gears a bit here. I'm sure, I mean, you have had a good run of success for Property Pistol over the years, but do you want to shed some light on the most challenging phases of building Property Pistol in this journey?
So I think challenging phases, I would say, is of course, this business depends a lot on how do you manage your cash flows. That's one important thing which I have always learned in this business. Second is taking good care of the team. Okay.
So could
Now,
you shed some light on the cash flow side? So if you can be a little
customer
bit.
side, let's say, we real estate as an industry is a very tough industry even for financial companies like banks, financial institutions, and BFCs. So the reason is, all of us know real estate has, been in the past and still continue to have players and developers, brokers with doubtful intents, right?
Hmm.
So in our business, a real estate brokerage service business, a lot of success of a broker would depend upon how fast the service taker pays him or her out, right? So developer paying out brokerage fees is a very important parameter in success of a brokerage business.
Right.
So that is one important thing, and I think we have been very watchful of that, and I think that is one important thing. Second, as I said, is the team, right? So we
Hmm.
have to take good care of the team. We have to hire right people, and we have to have in-house systems for training, upgradation, and talent management and things. And by that, I think Property Pistol has a very good brand in terms of the way we take care of our employees. So I'll just give you an example. During COVID, a lot of companies, across the spectrum, they deducted salaries,
Right.
20%, 30%, 40% cuts in the salaries. So then there was no increments, the incentives were delayed and things like that for almost 2.5 years. Property Pistol also deducted salaries initially, but those deducted salaries were all refunded back on 31st of March 2021,
Oh wow, nice,
100%. All the incentives were cleared. Even we did backdated appraisals in our company. Back,
nice.
right? We suspended enhancements and annual increments in the salary, but then we did backdated and paid the arrears on 31st of March 2021.
Hmm.
So our employees did not face even a single rupee hit of COVID. So I
Nice.
think those are the important things we have been taking care. And apart from that, technology, as we know, that that has been one of the backbones of the company, the operations. So I would say these are the three important things.
Excellent. So what would you what is your contribution to Property Pistol's success? Like, what has been the biggest contributor? Is it a great management culture? Is it technology? Is it a combination of all? What do you think is contributing to your success?
So first, I think is the core DNA of the company in terms of the values, right? Everything flows out of values, right? Everything, whatever you do, is a outcome of what values you hold. So Property Pistol holds very important values, and all our values, all our conduct is out of those values, right? So I think value system is the most important thing of any company. Second, of course, as we said, team, technology, and all of this is definitely are important. But then, as I said, value system is the most important thing, and I think that's where we are creating a difference in the industry.
Nice. What is your own personal leadership philosophy? Since you're leading such a big team, I'm sure you had your own personal growth over the years as the company grew. How has your leadership philosophy been for running your
So
end?
I one word is my favorite when I talk about leadership style. That is empowerment. Okay, I always feel, I always want people who are better than me around me, and I would want to learn from them and take their inputs in taking decisions, and I will always support their decisions, because I don't want to be a central control type of a person. I definitely don't want to do that, and I strongly feel that empowerment is the key for an organization's growth.
Got
Okay,
it.
so I think that is something which we have always believed, and I personally believe that. Of course, you have to bet on the right people. You can't empower undeserving. I would say people who, it's not everybody who can be empowered, right? You can empower people whom you believe are worthy of that empowerment. So that
Mm.
judgment is very critical and crucial.
Right. Got it.
And so I would say these are my key philosophy things, and definitely from a as a person, I always try to keep calm, though I am not sometimes, but I always try to keep calm and understand from where a person is coming from. If, let's say, I give a lot of space to people, and I try to align their personal interest with company's interest
Got it. Yeah.
always. So I think those are the key, uh, I would say, characteristics of the way I look at people management.
Got it. You mentioned about fundraising now. So, like, so you said that you have been able to stay away from any fundraise, but now you would be actually to scale, you would need fundraise. So,
So,
did you want to shed some light on also what is the investor sentiment today in this space, at least, like players like you, like, are they bullish about investing, or are they cautious? Maybe some investor sentiment also.
so I'll tell you. I'll answer. These are three questions which you have asked me. So, first question you have asked me: "Ki Property Pistol has raised funds now, and we have not raised earlier." So the reason we have raised now is because we are confident that now the company has reached an inflection point where we would go for a, orbital change type of a growth. Okay,
Hmm. So,
we have
primarily scaling, right? Scaling to the next level.
scaling,
Yeah.
and we have fine tuned our models, we have fine tuned our verticals, and we are clear about our roadmap for future growth. So now we feel that Property Pistol was at a right stage for raising funds, and we would delight our investors. And that's the intent and the vision of the company. And we were prepared for it in terms of ability to scale up. Right? Verticals said, all markets initiated. Right now, everywhere is about scaling up operations.
Including new geographies also, or
Yeah, new geographies also, and
okay,
including new markets and existing markets reaching more depth, and new
penetrate.
verticals like syndicate and mandate business.
Got
Okay.
it.
In terms of the sentiments, in terms of the overall way the investors look at this space, as I said, real estate, definitely the market is huge, right? Market industry size, there's no two ways about it, that there's lot of business in real estate. Okay, whether it is services, whether it is uh, you know products, whether it is development, whatever, it's a huge industry size, lot of business to be done. So that way it's a very lucrative space.
Hmm.
But if I talk about from the investors' point of view, investors have taken big positions in the past in real estate, in this space, services space. There are a lot of companies who have raised big funds. But unfortunately, people have not made money in real estate. So investors, as I the in my fundraise journey, I could sense that investors are currently looking at grade solid grade companies, and where that's where Property Pistol fitted their scheme of things, because one is the type of the DNA of the people, right? Me, Tushar, we are both ITs. We have good experience in real estate, startups, technology, business. That was one important thing. Second is, of course, as I said, value system. Third is our track record of last 10 years in terms of bootstrapped, scaling up. So all of those came as a delight to the investors, and they really liked the way the company has grown, the strong ethics that we have maintained, the financial frugalness which we have shown displayed, and all of that came as a fresh whip of air for the investors, and they liked our company, and we were pretty fortunate to have great investors like ICICI Bank and Bearings P Fund who have backed us. And during our dealings with the investors, we are pretty delighted and excited about getting them on board, the type of people they are and the type of companies they back. So we are pretty excited that we have such high quality investors on our cap table now. And overall, I think as an industry, it's very easy to get swayed. It's very easy, it's very easy to chase big money, and then people are sometimes caught between the money which is reflecting in the books, in the ledgers, and the money which is actually coming into the account. So
So help me understand. You touched upon a very important point. You are saying that there is massive potential in this space. Okay.
100%, 100%.
And still, that the positions the investors have taken in the past, and we just heard about the write-off for InfoEdge and many new players. So what's happening? Why are some, if there is massive potential, why is not everybody able to succeed?
So if I put it in one single word, okay, it's greed.
Greed to grow fast without sound fundamentals. Okay.
It's greed. Okay. It's very difficult to resist greed in real estate. Very difficult.
What do you mean by greed? Greed is to grow fast and burn more money instead of.
Greed is to you know greed is to go after opportunities which looks lucrative, but which may not be lucrative in terms of actual when it translates into real business,
Hmm.
right? I feel that you have to tread carefully in this industry. It's very easy to make mistakes for a developer. It's very easy to make mistakes for a broker,
Hmm.
because you have to look at various aspects of any situation. If there is an opportunity, you have to look at from a broker's perspective, from a brokerage company's perspective. There are a number of things we have to look at. You have to look at the credibility of the developer. You have to look at the experience a customer is going to get with the developer. You have to look at what is in it for you, right? You have to look at what is in it from you, not just on papers, but actually which translates into a real business, which means cash collected at the end of the business,
Right.
right? So all of that. So there are so many aspects, chasing valuations without any business. That's
Hmm.
another greed, right?
Yeah.
Chasing valuations without a business. A promoter definitely knows, what's going to be the fate of the company 5 years down the line.
Right.
So whatever you tell an investor, a promoter definitely knows what's going to be the fate. So
Right.
if people are greedy for chasing valuations and making fool of investors, so everybody is going to be in a situation, right?
Okay.
So I think greed is a single word which I can use to summarize what is going wrong in the industry. And it's
So
very difficult to control that greed. And I think we are not greedy people. We are here to create a strong, sustainable, and incredible value for all the stakeholders in the industry, whether it is a developer, whether we have to reduce the cost of sale to a developer, we are committed to that. Whether we have to increase the earnings of a broker, we are committed to that. We are committed to a buyer's quest of getting a targeted house. And why we call ourselves Property Pistol is because we want to target the right choice, the right inventory for the buyer in shortest possible time.
Hmm.
So we are out to create a win-win model. And of course, we have to make money for the company. So we are out to create a win-win model for everybody, every stakeholder in the space. So I think that's one important differentiator of Property Pistol. And we are not greedy.
So I'm sure there are many young entrepreneurs on the prop tech space who would be listening to this. What would be your advice to them once they're venturing into this space? Like what would be a couple of very direct advice that you think they should stick to?
So, I cannot compare my own self with the others, because everybody has a different mindset, everybody has
Correct.
a different way of thinking,
Yeah, but
different.
fundamentals are the same, no? Okay,
Yeah,
the
so
tactics.
fundamentally, any business, not just in real estate, we have to look at our costs and profits. That is one important thing. And second, definitely your experience of your stakeholders, whether it is your buyer, whether it is your developer, whether it is your employee. So I think that is important, to keep experience of your stakeholder and investors now. And you have to take care of the experience these stakeholders get with your business. So I think that is one important thing which we always have to be sensitive about, always have to be receptive about, always have to be aware about, right? So I think that is one. And of course, the other basic things are intent, vision, hard work,
Hard work, yes. Right.
perseverance, not
Perse-
losing sight,
yeah,
right? So
perseverance.
all of that.
Perseverance for a long-term gain, right? It should not be, as you said, valuation is usually you get into the valuation loop when you are a short-term focus to exit, isn't it? So it's a long-term. You have to
Yeah,
believe.
and, definitely. And of course, God has to support. Always, you have to be. And I think if your intent is right, you find a lot of support from all the quarters.
Got it. I'm being mindful of the time here. Just last question for you. Since you have been in the industry, you follow this closely. I'm sure you are aware of what's happening around the world in this space. What do you think are the some of the trends that you see or disruptions that you see coming in the coming years in this space?
So one important thing what I feel is that entire funnel which I spoke about,
Right.
search to transaction,
Hmm.
it is going to be integrated. You cannot have different players for search. You cannot have different players for transaction. So it is going to be integrated, and that's my important that I feel has to happen one day, sooner or later. And we are coming ground up. So I think that's what I feel is an important trend. And of course, virtualization of search, efficiencies, aggregation. So all of these are important trends to watch out. Aggregation of brokers, aggregation of developers, creation of marketplaces, and virtualization, use of technology. I would not want to name the technologies, but yes, a lot of technologies are going to be there.
Got it. Excellent. Well, this brings us to the end of a very, very thought-provoking and knowledge-driven conversation with Ashish. Ashish, your experience comes through your conversation. It's like a master class knowing about the Indian ecosystem on PropTech, and wish you all the best for the future of Property Pistol. And hopefully, after a couple of years or maybe sooner, we'll get you back to see what has changed in the journey of Property Pistol. Thank you again, Ashish.
Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for your kind, questions, your time, and thanks for this opportunity for me to come on PropTechBuzz.